Okay, let's start the video. Nobody won both games, and I'll be using the same Dster for this month, this week. But I'll be reviewing Dster number 5. So I got my papers ready. And for those of you who got the updated Powerball and Mega Man Invincible number system, I added the Invincible pair for this week. You can take a look at it. But before we get started on the system, remember to send me your winning tickets. Here's 1755 that fell straight, and my player missed it. And 9044 and 9044 came as predicted as well. And also the 9262 predicted as well. And the every other number 5575 also came. That was also predicted for Pick 3 Illinois. And here's the Mega Man winning numbers that people sending me. This is almost 4 number match. Keep sending me those winning tickets. And you can donate, subscribe, share, and like my video. Email me at hyper_links@yahoo.com for any game prediction or requests. And also, always remember nothing is guaranteed, but always trust yourself. And please, any game prediction at hyper_links@yahoo.com. Remember, Invincible number system is the latest system to learn. If you haven't learned the Invincible number system, please do learn it. And I have Powerball Invincible number system, and that I send out to my player. If you want the system, you can email me. So here's how it works. You have the Mega Man million and Powerball. Now, besides the Pentagon pair, these games are broken down to Invincible numbers. So let's look at the Invincible number that it's broken down to. So let's review the Invincible number that's broken down to. Where's the Invincible number? Scrolling back up to the Invincible number. The Invincible number, yeah, there we go. The Mega Man and Powerball Invincible number goes by Invincible number 1, Invincible number 2, Invincible number 3. So these are getting updated often. So you get a strong chance of hitting that mark that you want to hit. That 4 to 5 number mark. You want to hit that mark. Don't worry about the jackpot yet. We're about aiming at the 4th and 5th number, because we know that everyone is going for that jackpot. And jackpot is not easy to hit. So that's why I told you to aim for that 4 or 5 number first. Because they're willing to give out that over the jackpot for any time soon. Because the hardest is coming, you need to save it for the hardest. So you want to hit that. Once you get the second and you get those winnings, you have enough to aim for the jackpot. So, and it goes by the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th Invincible number, and Mega Ball Invincible number or Powerball Invincible. Now, if you go and you can add one more thing to this list, the Invincible pairs. I'm gonna add it to the chart. The Invincible pairs will be, sorry about that, Invincible numbers and Invincible pair. So Invincible pair are also a good system. You can see what the Invincible pairs are for each game, or if it got drawn. Sometimes you want to go against the Invincible pairs. You want to go against, I'm going to put it over here, go against the Invincible pairs. That's the only option you want to do, is the Invincible pair. You want to go against the Invincible pair. So we can go against the Invincible pair by not playing the Invincible pair. Now, the Invincible numbers you do not go against. Definitely do not go against the Invincible number. 1st Invincible, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. Don't want to go Invincible. Don't want to go Invincible Powerball Invisibles. They will get drawn, but you can go against the Invincible pairs. That will increase your chance. So that's why it's still part of the system, even though you go against, because you need to know which one number pair you are going against. By not playing the Invincible pair, it increase your chance. And let's review the Dster number 1 for the Mega. So the Mega Man, remember the Mega Man 19. I have too much paper on me. 19, 31, 37, 55, 67, 25 was the Mega Man number. And as you can see where the numbers are. 19, quadrant 1, 31, quadrant 1. You have 37 not in the Dster, 55 not in the Dster. you have 67 not in the Dster for last game, and you have 25 also not in the Dster. So that's why this Dster one didn't do good for last game, and like I said, did not do good. And you can see that Dster number 1 did not do good. Now Dster number 2 for Powerball, you have the number that got drawn for Powerball. Let's look at the number that got drawn for Powerball for last draw. So now this Dster we'll be using for next Tuesday's draw. We have 17. Again, for next Tuesday's draw, from the 4th, 15 to the 21st. Remember, this Dster is from 15, and these number for last week I'm gonna roll over to this week. The Dster we're rolling over, not because the Dster that I'll be rolling over, I will be adding the Dster number 5, because last week I'll be using Dster number 5 and 69, and then I have 20. So again, the Powerball number for last night or Saturday's draw are these numbers. So number 17 not in the Dster. We have 54. These are the quadrant number 1. 63 also in quadrant number 1. No, not quite. Yeah, quadrant 1 and 2. I don't want to use the bottom because I want to keep it in one section. And 69 is not in the Dster. And we have 20. 20 is in the Dster number 1. So again, we have 4 winning numbers, 3 winning numbers in the Dster only. So again, the main digit, and 54 is on the bottom. So again, we have 1 digit used more than once. That's 2C. So again, we have 2C used more than once. And the winning combination are as follows. We have 4 numbers in the Dster, and as you can see, we have not only do we have 4 numbers in the Dster, the other number not in the Dster, you can use a blue box. For instance, 17, you can use a blue box up on top, and then the 69 you can use on the bottom right over here. For instance, you can use that on the bottom. Therefore, you will have opening combination. So Dster one didn't do good for last game for Mega Man Powerball. It doesn't mean it's not going to do good for this week's. It's going to do good for this weekend. Let's get an update. Breakdown of Dster number 1. Remember, Dster number 1 picked it all odd number. The draw before Tuesday's Wednesday's draw, they pick up 4 odd numbers in one section of the Dster. So as you can see, it narrowed down the Dster matrix of odd numbers down from 35 to 18 numbers. So that's how impressive the Dster is. And because of that, you only play around 18 odd numbers. And with 4 numbers inside 18 odd numbers, you guarantee 4 numbers already. Remember, you guarantee 4 numbers already with 18 odd numbers. Now, let's look at Dster number 2. Dster number 2, again, we have 19 not in the Dster, 31 quadrant 2, 37 not in the Dster, 55 not in the Dster, 67 not in the Dster, and 25 on the bottom. 25 on the bottom, and 55 on the bottom, so my bad, 55 is also on the bottom. So again, 3G is used more than once for Mega Man. Last draw, we only have 3 numbers in Dster number 2, so it didn't really do that good for Mega Man using Dster number 2. And if you look at this, the Powerball number, let's look at the Powerball number that got drawn. And we're going to put down the Powerball number that got drawn. We have 17, not in the Dster. We have 54, bottom quadrant, 4, 56 top quadrant, 1, 63, top quadrant 1. So we have 63, top quadrant 1, 63, that D1 is used more than once, 69 not in the Dster, maybe you can use the blue box, and 20 is on top. So again, you can see how many numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers in the Dster. Not that bad, not that good. 17 might want to use 17 over here, and then 69 you might want to use over here. So there we go. Now let's go into Dster number 3. Now, as you can see, the highest frequency number was 63 for Dster number 2, right? You can see that 63 was Dster number 2's highest frequency number, and that picked it up the numbers for Powerball. You got 63 got drawn for Powerball. You can see that, right? You can see 63 got drawn. So using high frequency number, I had picked up 63 as the highest frequency number for Powerball Powerball last draw, and that's the reason why 63 got drawn on Dster number 2. Now, the highest frequency number for Dster number 1, as you can see, were 330 and 39. None of these numbers got drawn for both games. None of these numbers got drawn for both games. And now the only number, highest frequency number got drawn, didn't get drawn for Mega Man, but it got drawn for Powerball. You can see how impressive the system is. Now, going to Dster number 3. Highest frequency number 37, 57, and 47. Again, the 67 and the 17 got drawn for Mega Man and Powerball, but the highest frequency number did not pick up those numbers. It picked up 37 from Mega Man. See, the 37 got hit 7 times. That's why that's why it was able to get 37 from the lottery machine. That they were pulling out from the lottery machine 37. Because if you use these number 337, would have picked up the highest frequency number 37 that got drawn for Mega Man last draw. So again, we have 15. The 15 is over here. 2 and 4. 19 not there. 33 not there. 39. What did I do wrong? Oh, I did wrong. Okay, let's do it again. Yeah, let's look at Mega Man first. Not that one. So that was a Mega Man. This was Mega Man. So for Mega Man, let's start over again. 19 is not in the Dster. 31 is over here. 1 and 2. 37, 1, quadrant 1 right over here. 55 not there. 2 numbers in the Dster. 67 is on over here, 1 and 2, and then you have 25, quadrant 1. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 4 number in the Dster for Mega Man using Dster number 3. Now let's look at Dster number 3 for Powerball. The Powerball winning numbers are as follows. Using Dster number 3, 17. Let's look at what 17 are. 17 is, even though it's not a high frequency number, it's still in quadrant 1 and 3. 54. I can use quadrant number 4 for in quadrant, but I'm not going to do that. I can use in between quadrant or in quadrant. So let's see what I'm going to do. I'm going to use in between quadrant. 54 right over here. No, I'm not going to use in between quadrant because I need that 5 for 56. So I'm going to use quadrant 3 for 54. And 56 on the bottom of quadrant 3, and then 69 not in the Dster again, and then 20 on top. So that really sad. Even Dster number 3 didn't do that good for Mega Man or Powerball. And when we have 4 winning number, the only good part is it was on the left side of the quadrant. So as you can see, that the highest frequency number 37 picked up the Mega Man numbers. 37 picked up that 37 Mega Man numbers. And Dster number 4, let's look at 19 quadrant 1, 31 not in the Dster. Maybe you can use the blue box on the bottom over here for 31. And then 37 for last draw, not there. Now if you use 31, maybe you can use put a 7 here to create 37. 55 in quadrant 1 and 3. 67 not in the Dster. Now, you see the connection? Maybe you can put the 67 over here. Now, it went from 31 to 37 to 67. You see how it goes? What a coincidence. And then 25 is on the bottom. So, quadrant 3. So, you really have 3 winning number in this Dster. Sometimes you really need the blue box to hit hard. So, there we go. And then, for Powerball, let's look at Powerball numbers. For the Powerball numbers, look at the Powerball numbers. For the Powerball numbers, the winning numbers was using Dster number 4. let's see if it did good now, because Powerball is going to be on Wednesday. They can release the jackpot for one game. You don't know what jackpot they can release first. They only have to keep one jackpot high. Remember, if the jackpot drops back to 20 million and you keep one jackpot high for either Mega Million or Powerball, people is going to spend double the money on that game and spreading out the money. They're going to double the money. So when they double the money on a higher jackpot, you're going to see what the result are. So instead of incremental of 20 million per game, because they're spreading the money on both games, so they have two chances. Now, if it drops back down 20 million for Mega Million, then the incremental or Powerball won't go up by 20 million. It will go up by 40 million. About why? Because people are spending double the money. For people normally play the highest game, jackpot game, so they would double the money. Instead of putting more money in Mega Man, they're not gonna play Mega Man and they're gonna put it on Power, because the Power is the highest jackpot, so they're gonna double the money. When they double the money, the incremental rate increase. Therefore, when the incremental rate increase, it gets faster to go to $1 billion. When it gets faster to go to $1 billion, more tickets are get sold. Therefore, not only more tickets are getting sold, more tickets are being bought, more chances that the jackpot is going to get released before it gets to $1 billion. So, not going to get to $1 billion, they won't happen again. It's going to be rare occasion. Take a long time to get to $1 billion. Not going to happen. So for that person that hit $1 billion, he got really lucky. So even if he hit $1 billion, maybe multiple players will hit the $1 billion. They would not let one player hit the $1 billion. It's going to be hard. They would probably have tickets that have the same number twice to hit the jackpot, so the $1 billion will be split. That's how it worked. When the jackpot gets split, then retailer gets a bonus. So instead of giving a bonus to one retailer, multiple retailers can get bonus. That's how it goes. The 17 in the Dster, maybe you can 17 in the blue box, 54 in quadrant 3, 56 quadrant 1 and 3, 63 quadrant 1, D69 not in the Dster, and then you have 20 quadrant 1. So for these number 4, you need to not do that bad and not do that good either. Why? 1, 2, 3, 4. You see, have 4 winning numbers. You cannot get 5 winning number in these number 1 to 4 for last 2 games somehow. And if you look at the highest frequency number in these number 4, you have 10, 1, 26, 62. None of these high frequency numbers got drawn for any of the numbers, not even for the Mega Ball or Powerball. So as you can see how it goes. Now, I'm going to duplicate the slide, just to show you guys. I'm going to duplicate the slide, set it down, and we'll be reviewing these are number 5. These are number 5. Now, since I'm reviewing these are number 5, get ready for these number 5. So again, these number 5, which is very strong for last 2 games, for strong for mostly last game. You guys decide if you want to use these number 5. I need to get the paper set up, see where my these number 5's numbers are. And I have the blue box number set up for each game separately. So Mega Man in these number 5 have a different blue box number than Powerball these are number 5. So again, let's review it to everybody what these number 5 is. And possibly after next Friday, maybe I don't need to review these number 6 because these number 5 is the one I like. So I'm not gonna review these number 6. So let's get to these number 5 again. 2, 1. Wait, where's my piece number 5? Yeah, there we go. Using the wrong paper. 21019. 21019. And then we have 3657. 3657. 34. 34. Then you have 6, 3, 6, 3, 7, 7, 2, 7, 7, 2. And then you have 1, 1, 0, 7, 2, 9, 6, 5, 0, 6, 5, 0. Again, with that being said, using Dster number 5, sorry, I pushed the camera too high. Using Dster number 5, here's the setup for Dster number 5 for next draws game. Yeah. Now, Dster number 5 is so unique because Digit 7 is the most important part of Dster number 5. And you can see was the most important part to last games for both games. Digit 7 is got one of the Digit 7 is used for Powerball and 2 of the Digit 7 is used for Mega Man. So again, 17 is on top. 54, 54, 56 on top. 63 on top. So now you have C2 used more than once. 69 on the bottom. And then you have 20 on top. So again, let's call it so I don't confuse people. So again, this one is for Powerball. And let's get the Mega Man 1 started. So for Powerball, what did I do wrong? So for Powerball, we have a lot of win number on that Dster. Let's look at the Powerball. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 number in the Dster. So only number not in the Dster is really 54. Now 54 can be used in the blue box right here, over here for Powerball. Now you look at the Dster 5, the winning combination. Let's set up the winning combination. Now 19 is arcing. 19 has a lot of skips. So you think a lot of skips for 19 is going to get drawn tomorrow? You decide. If they pull that 19 again, I know a lot of people is going to think 19 is going to come for another draw. If they do come, it broke the record of having number drawn more than 3 times in histories of draws. Having one number drawn more than 3 times. Not going to happen to break the record. They're going to need that 19 to get drawn next draw, which I don't think that 19 is going to get drawn. It has a lot of skips of 3 draws. And you don't want to play that 19, it's too risky. The 19 is quadrant number 1 and 2. 31, top quadrant. 37, bottom quadrant, 3. And I'm going to use 31 on the bottom. Why? Because now the C3 is used more than once. 37 on the bottom, like I said. And then we have 55, not really in Dster, number 5. 67 is on the bottom. So that means that D4 is used more than once. And then 25 is on the bottom of quadrant 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 number in Dster. The only number not in the Dster is 55. So 55 might probably could use in the blue box on the bottom. Now, with that being said, I'm gonna copy the highest frequency number discussion for the Mega Man Powerball. Now, look at the highest frequency number in the Dster. We're going to look at the highest frequency number. You're going to see I have it set up, so I don't need to go over it because I have it set up. You can see that 37 appearing 7 times. If I'm correct, it appearing 7 times. So that's why it picked up the 37. So highest frequency number pick up the 37 for Dster number 5, no doubt. 7 times. Now, you can also see 67 appearing 4 times. Highest frequency number was 67. And having 4 times. So these are one of the 2 highest frequency number. And as you can see, we're going to scroll back to 37 and 67. Got drawn for both. Got drawn from both of the highest frequency number. And then we have 36, 63 appearing 6 times. So if you look at 3663, 3663 appearing 6 times, you can look at the Powerball, 63 got drawn. That's why 63 got drawn. High frequency number had potential effect on the Mega Man and Powerball. So now the other number, high frequency number, 65, 56, 61, 16. So I'm gonna let you decide if these high frequency numbers will help or hurt the next game. Remember, a lot of these high frequencies get drawn, and when the jackpot's high, the potential of a number getting repeating is high. Like 1961 got repeated twice for Mega Man. I don't know how they do that, but they're gonna do that. So they email me for Invincible number chart. Email me for Invincible. You're gonna need the Invincible number chart to attack the game. Remember, let's go back to the chart. I'm showing you guys. Remember, why are Invincible important? You remember, you need to compare the high frequency number to the Invincible numbers. How do you use Invincible numbers? Invincibles are used to fill in the gap. So remember, if I find a code for the draw, so remember, let's go back to the pentagon pair system. I don't have pentagon pair with me. Yeah. For instance, for Mega Man, the pentagon pair system was 15, 19, 31, 37, 55, and 67. For last draw, the 67 was the code. Remember, if you find the code, let's go back. That code over there, if you find that code over there, all you do is you don't need to play all the pentagon pair. You can play some of the pentagon pair. You don't have to play all 5 of the pentagon pair. You can play some of the pentagon pair, maybe one line, and then what you do, if you play all of them, then you don't need the Invincible number chart. But I wouldn't do that because I like the Invincible number chart. You pair up the pentagon pair. Maybe you want to use one pair of the pentagon plus the code. So you have 3 numbers. After you have 3 numbers, you only need 2 more numbers. So once you set up the pentagon pair, you can play all these on each line to have one of these numbers. So after you have 15, 19, 15, 31 on 9, you don't have to pair up with another pair. Don't have to, but you could. You don't have to. Then once you do that, you have 2 number guaranteed, the code and one of the pair from the pentagon. Now that create only 3 winning numbers. That only create 3 winning numbers. You see my hand? 3 numbers. What do you do with the other 2 numbers? Bingo! The other 2 numbers are definitely the key to success in hitting that jackpot is the Invincible number chart. You go to that Invincible. Let's say you have 1 and 3 spot filled in, and the 5th spot filled in because you have 67. So you have 1 and 3. You're missing 2 and 4. You go to Invincible spot number 2. You pick one of those numbers, and then you go to Invincible spot number 4. You pick one of those numbers. There you go. You will have hit the Invincible number. And Invincible get updated. So it get updated, and you can see 37 and 67 were both the 3rd and 5th Invincible number. No doubt it got drawn in the right spot. That's the key of hitting that show. It's an Invincible number. You can see patterns doesn't work. You don't need patterns. You need invisible numbers. Don't go by patterns. No pattern, because when the jackpot's high, anything could happen. They cannot remember numbers that get drawn from the lottery machine. We will not skip. Once again, we will not skip invisible numbers. They will not skip invisible numbers. You gotta find the key. Now, if you look at the pattern for both games, been skipping the invisible numbers on the first spot. You decide if they're gonna skip the first invisible. If they're gonna skip the first invisible, most likely they like to do that. Then you go to second invisible number. You start with second invisible number. That's how you do it. You gotta know how to play with the invisible number system. Invisible number 1 doesn't have to be in invisible number spot number 1. If you think they're gonna skip the invisible number 1, the invisible number 2 is gonna start from spot number 1. That's how it goes. Learn to play it correctly. So if you like the video and you want to learn my illustration, please donate, subscribe, share, like my video, and you can email me for any our system, hyper_links at yahoo.com. Once you get a hang of it, you're gonna hit that big money.